Hello, good evening. I'm back with you again. My name is Robert, transmitting from the Amsterdam area on the internet. Virtually I'm at the Malaga Airport, Costa del Sol, in the southern part of Spain, preparing my Boeing business jet 737-700 with registration VP-CHX, Victor Papa Charlie Hotel X-ray, for the flight back to home base Amsterdam. Tonight is an event at Amsterdam, so we'll have plenty of ATC during our descent, which can be a lot of fun. You have to wait for that a little bit, as it takes about 2 hours and a half to fly from Malaga to Amsterdam. The reason for this flight is that, as always, I fly leg by leg, and I don't cheat on flight sim, the prepared. Which means my previous flight was from Milano Malpensa to Malaga. Maybe you saw it. It was a few weeks ago already, and so I'm standing a long time here on the tarmac at Malaga. And so now it's time to depart from Malaga, which is the only option, and I fly back to Amsterdam, as I want to fly to Bristol, United Kingdom, maybe in 1 or 2 weeks. As this is actually a real world destination for me in the next few weeks as well. But first I have to fly back to Amsterdam, and this flight from Malaga back to Amsterdam I will fly in real life in the beginning of this September, but then on a commercial jetliner from Transavia from Malaga back to Amsterdam. And this is my simulated environment when I have my own aircraft. I did my pre-flight checklist already. My co-pilot is a Spanish guy. Let's call him Carlos. So you will notice some accent on his English. I hope you don't mind. I'm at stand 464 at Malaga. As you can see, that's not far from the general aviation terminal. I can show you around a little bit. On the background is the military apron, by the way. And well, this is the area of the general aviation, near the Golf 2 track. And on the left side of the aircraft, on the background, you can see the main terminal building of Malaga Airport. Nice day today at Malaga, 26 degrees, and Holland is just recovering from a few days of very hot summer weather. I'll get back to you about it later. We can expect southwesterly winds at Amsterdam. First, about the flight plan. I'm gonna show you first the fuel uploads. It's here. Let's see. We have 14,169 kilograms on board, uploaded by the handling agency, which allows us 3 hours and 54 minutes of flying time. We actually plan to be airborne for 2 hours and 23 minutes if everything goes according to plan. It's a holding fuel of 30 minutes and a reserve fuel of 30 minutes as well. The alternate airport in case of a diversion is Rotterdam Airport near Amsterdam. We probably don't need it as the weather forecast is okay. The takeoff data is a dry runway at Malaga Airport at the 26th, like I said. The QNH, the air pressure 1019 hectopascals. We don't need any anti-ice, of course. We have a flex assumed temperature takeoff of 52 degrees. And the V1 is 126, the VR at 127, and the V2 at 128. We are very light loaded. That's why you see these kind of numbers. We're not in the 140s or something. Not many passengers. Landing data, of course, it can change a little bit. So still dry runway expected to be at Rotterdam. Correction, at Amsterdam. My mistake. 20 degrees centigrade and a QNH of 1015. Also no anti-ice needed. 30 degrees landing, and approach speed of 130 and VREF 116, and expect runway 22 if ATC allows, which gives us a very short taxi time to the Schiphol East apron. Otherwise we probably can expect runway 18 right, which causes a very long taxi time. So normally ATC is very efficient at Amsterdam, so also during the Friday night fly-in, which is the event tonight. So we have a good chance we get runway 22, but of course we also always have to prepare to land on the main runway as well. Probably want it right, we'll see about it later. The taxi fuel, just 10 minutes. It's not a complicated airport, Malaga, just taxi all the way down the taxi track to allow us to depart from runway 13. The ATC route from Bailen, the Bailen 2 hotel, actually it's Bailen 2 Charlie departure, I believe, because the 2 hotels ATC discretion only. There is no ATC, so we'll just fly the complete Bailen 2 Charlie departure and then take up the upper November 865 airway to Villa Tobas, or Villa Tobas maybe better to say, and then to intercept the upper November 867 to Delta Golf Oscar. I don't know the name of that VUR, we'll check it later. And then the upper Lima 176 Charlie November Alpha, and we're in French airspace, and then take the upper November 858 to Vanat, and then the 874 to Vakin in Belgian airspace, taking the 873 to Verdi, then the upper Yankee 18 to Dennet, and then the Dennet 1 Alpha arrival into Amsterdam. As you can see here, important, we're very close to the Sierra Nevada, so we have to watch our altitude a little bit if we have a bad climb performance. There's no need to expect that. But Granada needs to be cleared at 13,800 feet because of the mountains. Costa del Sol Airport, runway 13 to depart, which is a pretty standard runway, so we'll climb out over the sea and then make a right-hand turn. Via Granada, Golf Delta Alpha to Bailen, which is also VUR, and then to Villa Tobas, and Delta Golf Oscar is Domingo. I should have known it. And then via the Basque region, the San Sebastian, Sierra November, to via Bordeaux on the western coast of France, to via Cognac, Salut I would say, and then via Montdidier, Mike Tango Delta, we fly to Cambrai in the northern part of France, which is also an airbase of the French Air Force, and then we'll start our descent near Verdi into Dennet, and then the Dennet arrival, which means that we have to fly over Zeeland, Haamstede VUR, Hotel Sierra Delta via river, and then all the way to Sierra Papa Lima normally, and then I can expect vectors to the runway 22. The wind information, I won't bother you with that. This is the route we filed to ATC, 2 hours and 23 minutes of flying time expected, and to be off chocks at 1700 UTC, which actually is my sign-on time on YouTube, so I'm not gonna make it. 1700 is probably about 30 minutes later. Should be no problem, probably arriving near sunset at Amsterdam, we'll see. Hopefully we don't have an out of memory error, because it's still flying on prepared 3.4 or 3.3. This the 32-bit version, not 64-bit. And this is a sensitive operation, flying into Amsterdam with flight Tampa scenery, especially during sunset, especially during nighttime. So I'll take a little bit of a risk, but yeah, as a matter of fact I don't have the 64-bit version yet, as there is also not a 737 is not released yet by PMDG as far as I'm informed. The FS2Crew has yet to be released for the 64-bit. Open beta for the Active Sky is available, so I'm just waiting a little bit, but this should be one of the last flights on the 32-bit, I guess. Maybe Bristol will be the last one, and then in the summertime I will probably really change over to in July to prepared 64-bit. Okay, the weather at Malaga, as you can see, Kavok, no clouds, no significant clouds, at least at Malaga Airport. And the wind from the southeast, 11 knots, light winds, 26 degrees, and the QNH 1019er. The forecast doesn't show any change, apart from the wind calms down a lot, but that will be after our departure from Malaga already. At Amsterdam, southwesterly winds, a little bit stronger. Also some variation in the wind direction, and the forecast shows us that the wind will slow down a little bit, still blowing from the southwest, 14 knots. And there is some light drizzle and rain expected, but it will be in the night time, so well before our arrival time. Rotterdam, Also the same weather, no clouds detected, and temperature 21. And the forecast more or less the same. Light drizzle and rain in the nighttime. In the evening, still okay weather, and just the wind slowing down slightly. And a broken cloud layer at 3,000 feet, both at Amsterdam and Rotterdam. The NOTAMs, okay, I will save you some time. Fireworks at Haarlem, how important. Rotterdam, and the latest NOTAMs of Rotterdam that was. This is the a chart of our actual flight plan, and together with the winds at well, this is below our intended cruising level at flight level 360. As you can see, we'll fly more or less close to Madrid, and then over Domingo, and then to San Sebastian, flying over Bordeaux, and west of Paris. We'll enter Belgian airspace near Cambrai and Chèvre, and then continue over Zeeland via Haamstede to Amsterdam. The green areas are turbulence areas. Well, we should be clear of it. As if we would fly at flight level 360, it means not a lot of headwind. It's mostly a crosswind at this flight level, and mostly at the southern part of France we can expect some crosswinds. The winds over Spain are very light, as you can see. Then we'll check the other flight levels. Flight level 380, even less turbulence, and flight level 400 is clear of turbulence, except for the regions over the Atlantic Ocean, which is not on our flight plan. So we can expect a rather smooth flight, which my VIP passenger will like. Okay, that's about the flight plan. Something about the procedure out of Malaga. Here I show you the airport map. 2 runways at Malaga. The old runway 1331 and the new runway 1230. Actually, the runway 1331 is still the main runway at Malaga. And so when it's not busy, they are using this one, not using the 1230. 13 is a preferred runway also, climbing out over the sea. The only situation where we would depart from runway 31, the other side, would be if the tailwind was too big, normally 10 knots limit. If we would exceed that from runway 13, we would depart from 31. That is not the case, so we are planning for runway 13. The standard is my departure. We're now in the standard arrival routes. My apologies. This is the one. Bailen to Charlie, as you can see here. Also the BBAS 1 Charlie, which asks us to climb out on radial 136 from Malaga VOR, Mike Lima Golf, up to 9 miles, and then intercept the 11 miles arc from Malaga VOR. And then after radial 186 we'll make a right hand turn, intercept 197 radial or 017 inbound to Malaga, fly over at the airport again, and then we'll climb on a northeasterly heading inbound to the other Malaga VOR, Mike Golf Alpha, which is on a mountain just outside the city. And then after crossing Malaga we'll continue to Granada, and after Granada we make a left hand turn, intercept the 018 radial inbound to Bailen on the 116.2. So that's the procedure regarding the chart. Here's in text the Bailen to Charlie. There are some remarks about the flight level. It's important to have a decent climb gradient because of the Sierra Nevada. So we'll keep that in mind. The terrain mode is on the navigation display of my co-pilot already. So here you have the text description of the Bailen to Charlie. Okay. If there's no ATC, I'm gonna do the startup sequence with my co-pilot, and then we'll make a left-hand turn, taxi out via Golf 2 to this taxiway Alpha, all the way down to runway 13. So, if you excuse me, I'm gonna prepare now, and you can follow my actions during the departure. Thank you.
TCAS test pass.
Okay, TCAS passed. Okay. Before start procedure.
Check.
Okay, before start checklist, por favor. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door closed and locked. MCP.
Set and checked. Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds.
Set. Set and checked.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed. Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist complete.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to start the engines now. Right engine start. Left engine. And 225. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Flight controls check.
Ready.
Full left. Center.
Check.
Full right. Center.
Check.
Full up. Center.
Check.
Full down. Center.
Check.
Full left. Center.
Check.
Full right. Center.
Check.
Flight controls check complete. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi, checklist. Generators on. Probe heat on. Anti-ice off. Isolation valve auto. Engine start switches continuous. Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Auto brake RTO. Engine start reverse.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Clear. Before taxi checklist complete.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna send a small message to Unicom. Clear on the left.
Clear right.
This is apparently not a taxi track. I thought it was a taxi track. No, it wasn't. I had to turn a little bit sharper. Sorry. Okay, to runway 13 to the right.
Saitek. Okay, thanks, Captain. The cabin is secure.
Gracias.
Check speed.
Check. My co-pilot is warning me I'm exceeding 30 knots. It's a long taxiway, so it's very seductive to do it. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Flaps 5, green lights.
Stabilizer trim.
Stabilizer trim 5.0 units. And set and checked.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Thank you. Let's take the full length. We don't need it, but it's nice to show you. It's a very nice scenery of Aerosoft. We'll take up Hotel November 3, which is the longest part of the runway you can take. Of course, we really could took a shortcut already at Echo 6 or Echo 5, but we do it just for fun. And to view the airport a little bit better for you. Okay, runway entry procedure. Runway entry procedure.
Check. Cabin crew, take your seats. Ready to go.
Check. Take off.
Check.
Toga.
Check. Thrust set.
Check.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Select level change.
Level change.
And one.
Check.
Bug up.
Bug up. Bug up is set.
Thank you. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Flaps up.
flaps up,
Select VNAV.
VNAV,
Select Command A.
Command A,
After takeoff checklist.
standby,
After takeoff checklist.
after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on, max, auto, landing gear, up and off, flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete.
Thank you. Okay, we can climb.
Happy to release cabin crew.
Okay.
Transition altitude set standard. Okay.
Check. Let's climb to 240.
Okay to release the cabin.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, as you can see, we're not just departed from runway 13 at Malaga. We are now turning into Malaga Airport again, Mike Lima Golf VOR, according to procedure. Which is a very nice procedure, all the way over the sea and then a full right-hand turn back to the airport while still climbing. So enjoy the view. Just picking up a nice part of the Mediterranean near the coastal areas of Benalmádena and Torremolinos. And then we'll continue over at the Sierra Nevada. You can see that we are actually flying over the airport again. Mike Lima Golf, the VOR, on the northwestern part of the airport. And while we cross over the VOR, we'll make a right-hand turn and intercept the radial inbound to Mike Golf Alpha. So we'll turn in just a few seconds. Here we go. Okay, we put in our final level. Flight level 400, 400. Okay, we're almost over 30,000 feet, so well above the advisory level over the Sierra Nevada at Granada VOR. We're within 10 miles of Granada VOR. You can see the airport of Granada on our right hand side, and Granada city of course is well known of the Alhambra, very touristic place, old kind of castle if I say it correctly. So we're about to leave the Andalusia region while we get further north of Granada, and just a little bit more of 10,000 feet of climb when we reach our cruising level of flight level 400. Here we are over Granada VOR, and now we turn left into Bailen Bravo Lima November, rolling out on a heading of about 018. Flight management computer is expecting us to level off at flight level 400 just before by then. So that's within the next 20 miles or so. As you can see, our optimum flight level is flight level 407, so actually we're 300 feet above our optimum. It should be no problem, but it will
1000 to level.
check. It will cause well, I would say a slow ascent to, for the final part, but still 1000 feet a minute or more. Not too bad. Our target speed will be Mach 80 after we level off. So we're gonna monitor if that happens accordingly, and after that we're fully in the cruise mode. Here we are, flight level 400, leveling off, and you can see Mach 80 is now executed, and the auto thrust system is accelerating from 0.78, now 0.798 up to Mach 80, a slight increase. When we reach 80, we can see that the engines are throttling down, as we don't need as much power anymore, as we are in level flight. And now just over by land now, making a left-hand turn. Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to eat something. It's dinner time, especially in Spain. The autopilot is nicely managing the aircraft. Probably still no ATC online. No ATC. Also no area control in northern Spain as well, I think. So I'm gonna leave you with this. I'll get back to you when there's something interesting to say. For short times probably, and of course over northern France, Belgium, I will get back to you for the preparation for our arrival and descent and landing into Amsterdam. So relax, if you go to eat as well, then enjoy your meal, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Hello, I'm back with you. We're just passing Monte J, Mike Tango Delta, near the Paris area in northern France. We're still at 40,000 feet and everything is going smoothly. The sun is almost setting in the flight simulation. I have exactly the correct UTC time and date of the 23rd of June. I think it's a little bit exaggerating because it doesn't look as dark outside at the moment as it is in the flight sim. It's not completely dark yet, but the sunset is a little bit too much regarding the light conditions. I think the height of the sun is correct, but the darkness it's causing, it's a bit too much, I think. But on the other hand, I'm at 40,000 feet, so maybe it's difficult to compare when you're just sitting on the ground and looking up in the sky. So it might well be caused as well by the pretty high flight level we're using now, 40,000 feet. So what's about to tell? In about 30 minutes we expect to land at Amsterdam. I can show you by letting you view the estimated time of arrival on the progress page. Oh, this is interesting. For some reason the wind probably has changed. I was already surprised by the initial arrival time of about 2 minutes after 10 local time, or 20:02 UTC. And now it's corrected by the FMC to 2012, so 12 minutes past 20 UTC, so almost a quarter after 10 in Amsterdam local time, which makes much more sense regarding our current position, I think. So that's the estimate at this time, 2012, or 12 minutes after 10 local time. I programmed the standard arrival routing already, which I can show you here on the navigation chart. I show you the standard. Oh, not this one. I have to show you another one. From Dennet, so over Belgium we proceed to Zeeuws-Vlaanderen, and at Dennet we enter the Dutch airspace, and then we fly the Dennet 1 Alpha arrival into Haamstede, and after Haamstede inbound a river near the Aeropuerto Maasvlakte area of Rotterdam, which is also a holding position in the air in case we need to hold because of traffic, which is a possibility because of the event. Then we have to take up the hold over river, which is a right hand holding, minimum flight level 70 at 250 knots. If there is no delay regarding our time, I think there is no delay, we can expect to continue to the SPL VOR, Sierra Papa Lima, straight after river. And somewhere over Zuid-Holland I expect that we get vectors from the approach control, Schiphol approach, which will guide us to hopefully runway 22, making the approach from Waterland area, northeast of Amsterdam, flying over the city of Amsterdam, landing on runway 22. The ILS on 22, I think I showed you some more times before. This one. ILS on 22, which is 109.15 the frequency. This is a normal published approach procedure, entering the SPL at flight level 70 and tracking outbound on the 036 radial. But when there's ATC we can expect vectors both on this kind of track near Amsterdam North and Zaandam, but it's also very well possible that we get vectors on the eastern side of the airport, so we stay clear of the radar vectoring area of the 18 right, the Polderbaan. And then we'll turn in near Marken Island, IJsselmeer, left turn into the ILS of runway 22. One special thing about the approach is that it's 3,000 feet is the normal approach altitude to intercept the glide slope. Sometimes it's forgotten by ATC on VATSIM, but it's actually 3,000 feet. Well, if they let me down to 2,000 feet, giving me a shorter lineup, I won't complain. But the standard procedure is 3,000 feet. Also a specific missed approach procedure to stay clear of the Kaagbaan area regarding departures from, especially from runway 24. Another situation also with departures from 18 left. So it means that they have to make a quick left-hand turn onto a heading of 160. After we reached 400 feet in the missed approach climb out, and on that heading we navigate away from Schiphol and get further instructions by ATC. 200 feet is the decision height, and at this point 1.2 miles is our missed approach point for the approach to runway 22. After landing, we can expect a very simple taxi in. We just vacate to the left and taxi via the Golf taxiway to the general aviation area. I think I can show you here. Oh, it's a bit big chart I have now. Sorry for that. Hopefully this makes it clear. Landing on runway 22, vacating at Golf 4 or Golf 5 to the left, and then via Golf we taxi via Golf Lima onto the Kilo apron, picking up a stand allowing for our wingspan, like Kilo 71 or Kilo 75 on the bigger stands on the Kilo apron. Well, actually that's all there is to say. It's pretty common for us to fly to Amsterdam, of course. As you can see, it's already getting pretty dark. I put on the tail light, so there's a nice, well, if I take this side, it's a little bit more dark. You can see the lights shining on the company logo, which is a nice effect. Very curious about the dynamic lighting in the 64-bit version of Prepared. I cannot check it now as I'm still on 32-bit, but we'll see. Also very curious now about the situation of the VAS, the VAS memory situation. Still it's okay here over France, but it will degrade very quickly when approaching Amsterdam, so I hope everything will be okay. I'll just try to make a landing in this situation, so I don't want to change the time if possible. If the approach screws up because of the memory problem, forgive me, it has nothing to do with my flying skills. It's just a technical issue with the flight sim on 32-bit combined with the flight tempo scenery. So I'm going to do the approach briefing with my co-pilot, and I'll talk to you soon again. Oh, actually there's some Maastricht control. I don't know if it's valid for France as well, but it's closing down in 10 minutes, so no need to bother about it, I think. And that's it. Okay. This approach altitude is 2,000 feet. I'm heading 160. I'm on water brake. Stand. Expect vectors. No concerns. Final sector.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
The arrival routing will be via ATC vectors. For an ILS approach, planning a flap 13 landing. Final approach fixed altitude is 3000 feet. Decision height is 200 feet. Missed approach altitude is 2000 feet. Taxi route in will be as assigned by ATC. We will be arriving at a remote stand. We will use the APU, but please delay the start until my command, as we have a long taxi in. Descent speeds and navigation radius are set. Airport NOTAMs have been reviewed. Any questions, comments or concerns?
No questions.
Approach brief complete.
Checked.
Descent procedure?
Check.
Something was going wrong with the speed.
Roger.
Cancel last command. Descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Pressurization. Landing altitude is 0 feet. Recall. Checked. Auto brake. Level 1. Landing data.
Set and checked.
Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Thank you.
Point 14 QNH 1015 hectopascal. No significant change. End of information. Hotel. This is people information. Hotel. Main landing runway 18 right. Main takeoff runway 24. Transition level 40. 240 degrees 14 knots. Variable between 200 and 270 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers. View 4,500 feet. Temperature 19. Dew point 14 QNH 1015 hectopascal. No significant change. End of information. Hotel. This is
Okay, I'm gonna concentrate now on the descent. We're a little bit late for the descent. Within 10,000 it's quite cockpit as a standard, so because of my late descent I'm gonna say goodbye to you at the moment, as I'm going to prepare for approach into Amsterdam with my Spanish co-pilot.
Check.
Cancel last command please.
Roger.
Yep. We're now contacting the Dutch ATC. Amsterdam, goedenavond, Victor Papa Charlie at Alex Race, descending out of flight level 320 for flight level 240 inbound to Dennet.
Amsterdam Radar, goedenavond. Dingen van Alfa volgen runway 22, descent to level 70.
Thank you very much. Dennet van Alpha Arrival for runway 22 and descent flight level 70, Victor at X-ray. Okay, cleared flight level 70. And runway 22 as requested.
First, if you want to go Victor, negative, proceed to Schiphol, after Schiphol to Sierra Papa Lima.
My apologies, very direct to Schiphol, then after Sierra Papa Lima, ED12 copy, sir.
Correct. EC8 1 Papa Uniform Amsterdam, climb to flight level 240.
Level 240 is here, 1 Papa Uniform.
G5 to Quebec Golf, descent to flight level 170.
Putting in some lights.
KLM 701, hello, plan to flight level 260.
So you can still read all the digits.
Hello, good evening, KLM 1539.
KLM 1539, hello, plan to flight level 240.
Flight level 240, KLM 1539.
Nice view on Zeeland.
EG52 Quebec Golf, descend to flight level 100. KLM 8 for Alpha, make 1 orbit right. KLM 8 for Alpha, 1 orbit right.
Set heading 014.
Total acceleration, descend to level 150.
Reclick flight level 150. Victor X-ray. Stop the descent 150.
Morning, send this speed with 17 with
Okay, reclick 150.
33,000.
Set heading 1.
Set
heading 014.
Good day, proceed direct to Echo Echo Lima.
Roger.
Heading 11 set. Heading 04 set.
EG82 Quebec Golf, speed 250 knots, and turn right, direct to Schiphol, thereafter Sierra Papa Lima.
250,
KLM 8 for Alpha, continue the right turn to Sierra Papa Lima.
you right turn to Sierra Papa Lima, KLM 8 Alpha. So, 611, flight level 130.
Shuttle 601 Amsterdam radar, climb to flight level 240.
Level 240, 611.
EVA, correction EV1, 2 Golf Victor, contact support route 121.2.
1T1.2, EV1T Golf Victor, thank you.
GC52 Quebec Golf, descend to flight level 70. Total X-ray, report estimate header.
Victor X-ray, say again.
What is your time over river?
Stand by. Victor X-ray, river at 57.
Victor X-ray, roger, descend to level 70, River Sierra Papa Lima.
Reclick flight level 70 again, and after river Sierra Papa Lima. Victor X-ray.
KLM 8 for Alpha, contact support route 121.2.
Approach 121.2, KLM 8 Alpha, thanks.
EC8 van Papa Uniform, contact London Control 127.1.
127.1 here on Papa Uniform, bye.
SPL 15. Checked.
EC52
Nou,
Quebec
Amsterdam.
Golf, contact support route 121.2. KLM 1539, climb to flight level 280.
Flight level 280, KLM 1539.
KLM 701, climb to flight level 330. London, climb to flight level 340. Climb level 340, 611.
And Amsterdam, the Victor at X-ray.
Victor at X-ray, contact. Yeah, Victor at X-ray.
Victor at X-ray, you want us to have standard speed after the river?
After river, standard speed.
Standard speed, Victor at X-ray.
Victor at X-ray, contact support approach, 121.2.
121.2 voor approach, Victor uit X-ray. Goedenavond, goed weekend. Swap command.
Roger.
Some speed brakes.
So to offer all factors out of the Malaga right, the information hotel, descent variable 40.
Schiphol approach. Goedenavond, Victor Papa Charlie at X-ray 737. We copy the information hotel approaching river for Sierra Papa Lima.
Victor of the X-ray factors out is connected to information hotel. Maintain level 70 open reaching.
Maintain 70 upon reaching, factors for the ILS 22, Victor at X-ray.
Operation Escort 4 Alpha Quantum 3500 to
Choose 4 Alpha, hello, Quant Variable 130.
130, 4
And can I wait for Alpha on this?
wait for Alpha.
Can I wait for Alpha, hello, to deafening 360, descent to variable 40, ILS 18 right.
US 360 down flight level 40 at 18 right, kilometers for Alpha.
160, arrival 18.4.
We'll check for the
KLM 06 Tango, turn right heading bomb 50.
right one, that's your KLM.
Easy 1 to go, Victor, reduce speed now to 20 knots.
Reduce speed 220 knots. Easy 1 to go, Victor.
A bit cloudy now.
KLM for Alpha, stop descent, variable 90.
Have to be careful about the VS.
Flight level 90, KLM for Alpha.
Choose 40 Alpha, stop to climb variable 80. Kilometer 5 Amsterdam 124.875.
124.875, kilometer 55.
Kilometer 6 Tango, turn left heading 330 and speed 180 knots.
Left 330, speed 180 knots.
PC5 to Quebec Golf, reduce speed 180 knots.
Reduce speed 180, DC5 to Quebec Golf.
Choose 40 Auto Alpha, the high speed is approved.
Not agree, check that.
Kilometer Alpha, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, kilometer Alpha.
Kilometer 6 Tango, arrival 18.4. PC1 to go Victor to left heading 350, speed 180 knots.
And left heading 350, speed 180 knots. DV1 to go Victor.
Kilometer Alpha, descent variable 60.
Flight level 60, kilometer Alpha.
Choose 40 Alpha, clear of traffic, climb variable 130.
Alpha 130, approach Alpha.
Kilometer Alpha to left heading 3 bomb 0.
Left 310, kilometer Alpha.
DC1 to go Victor, descend to flight level, DC1 to go Victor, descend to flight level 40.
Small coach speeding American 720, 70 at Information Hotel.
American 7 hello, Victor Salis 18 right, Information Hotel, descent flight level 40.
Cabin crew prepare for landing.
And 40 workshop.
Ah, an aircraft on the
Airfall
left
2,
side.
where's the Airfall 269 port and right,
Yeah, you can see him.
360.
Very nice.
Right, 360 for this info.
My ticket is
DC5
wrong.
Golf to leveling 350. Kilometer for Alpha to right, heading 090, speed 18 knots.
Oh my god.
And descent
No.
fall 50.
Right, 090, speed 120 knots, descent flight 50, Telemeter for Alpha.
Shoot 4 Field Alpha, Amsterdam radar 125, decimal 750, bye bye.
1,750,
Alpha 2 Alpha Golf, speed 18 knots.
Set heading 041.
Easy on the Golf Victor, arrival 118 decimal 4.
Heading 041 set 1000 to level.
Check.
Checked.
118 decimal 4.
Leaving Calavan 614, sending to flight Castle 130 inbound.
Kilometer 614, hello, Victor Salis 18 right, Information Hotel, and descent flight level 40.
ILS 18 right, Information Hotel, and 40 Calavan.
Schiphol departure, good evening, Kilo 1801, with 40, Lunex from there.
Kilometer 1, hello, maintain level 60.
Maintain 60, what is it?
Rotterdam Golf to right, heading 360.
Right, 360, let's stop.
Kilometer Alpha to leveling 3. Kilometer Alpha to leveling 360. Descent fall 40.
down
Select now. Because I don't have any clearance after share properly now.
So it's 554, stop the climb and call Amsterdam radar 125 decimal 750.
I don't like the figures.
Kilometer
on the
1,
left-hand
climb
corner.
level 130.
Climb 130, Kilo 180.
Victor X-ray turn right, heading 090.
Right heading 090, Victor Hotel X-ray.
Easy 5 feedback Golf, arrival 118 decimal 4, bye.
Right, 1.4 is 5 feedback Golf, right?
Airfall 2694, speed 18 knots and arrival 118 decimal 4, bye.
Speed 180 knots and 118 decimal 4, good Aeropuerto 2694.
Okay, dan 181, call Amsterdam radar 125 decimal 750, bye.
For contact Amsterdam radar 125 decimal 750, 115.
Victor X-ray, die dispatch. Lot 2 Alpha Golf, call arrival 118 decimal 4.
118 decimal 4,
Kilometer for Alpha, call arrival 118 decimal 4.
Arrival 118 decimal 4, he's for Alpha, thanks.
Victor X-ray, descent level 40.
Descent flight level 40 for Victor Hotel X-ray.
Schiphol departure kilometer liner with your passing 4,000 feet.
Kilometer liner, climb level 130.
Flight level 130 kilometer liner.
American 7, descent to 3,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Down 3,000, 105 or so.
Kilometer 614, stop descent level 50.
That's the 750 kilometers.
Victor X-ray, turn left heading 040.
Left heading 040, Victor Hotel X-ray. Amsterdam Southeast. Oh, but the memory's address space is not going.
Kilometer 614, reduce speed to 2 sure knots.
Almost at the critical point.
330 knots kilometers.
Guys, I need 64 bit. is beautiful, but you can hear the alarm sign of UIPC already. So we're in a danger zone now. Yes, we're in a danger zone. It's beautiful, but we're in a danger zone. Look at Amsterdam, great stuff. But prepares about to go into crash.
Okay, thanks, Captain. The cabin is secure. 1000 to level.
Check. We have one aircraft on the TCAS.
Amsterdam approach, good evening, Canada 180, descending 7,000 feet inbound altitude.
Mine 20 hello, Victor Zalus from 18 right, Invasion Hotel, descent flight level 50.
Descending flight level 50, confirm please,
Okay, mine 00, flight level 50 and ILS approach runway 18 right.
Oh my god, this is going wrong, guys. I'm gonna lose you because of the 32-bit problem.
Transition.
Check.
Airport 661.
Airport 661, entering 700, 706.
Airport 661, climb flight level 130 and turn left connect to Leco.
To Leco 130 and to Leco, and close 155.
Kilo 809er, call Amsterdam radar 125, decimal 750, bye-bye.
Over transfer 125, decimal 750, okay, LEMG 09er, thank you very much, have a good evening.
Victor X-ray descend to 3000 feet on 1015 and turn left heading 270.
As you're left heading 270, descend to 3000 feet on the QNH 1015, Victor X-ray.
American 7 to right heading 360.
Right 10, 360, American 7.
Kilo 1614, descend flight 40 and speed 180 knots.
Passenger speed 180 knots, kilometers per full.
Cancel 0, speed 220.
We have the ILS.
Kilo 1800, speed 220, 220 knots.
220 knots, Canada 180.
Airport 661, contact
Approach checklist.
radar 125, decimal 750, bye-bye.
Set and checked.
Set. Approach checklist complete.
Thank you.
Checked.
And then radar launcher pilot will fly into damage or something before.
Speedway counts.
Check.
Roger, good day, Skypath 9312, passing 1000, yeah.
Skyboard 9312, climb flight level 130.
Request level 70, please.
Final approach fixed height.
Correction,
Checked.
climb level
Use
70.
approach altitude not set.
Check.
Level 70, Skypath 9312, thank you.
Flaps 1.
Kilo 1614 to right heading 360.
Heading 360, Airport 614.
American 7, arrival 118 decimal 4.
18 Mark 7.
Frequent X-ray to left heading 240, cleared approach runway 22.
Left heading 240, cleared ILS approach 22, Victor X-ray. The island of Marken in the Lake IJssel. It's a very nice scenery. I hope my simulator will not crash, but we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Good evening, Schiphol departure, KLM 1032 with you at flight level 7075.
Aero 032, quad for 130.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Line flight level 130, KLM 1032.
Yeah, the 1614 arrival, 118, small 4, bye bye.
184, KLM.
Yeah, the 1800, speed 180 knots. 180 knots, cover 180.
Approach is going offline, I think.
Localizer alive.
Check.
Glide slope alive.
Check.
Roger, and Skyfall 9 request high speed. Departure Giant 983 passing 3500 alweer, onderlopen toezeggen.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
And approach the Victor Hotel X-ray, fully established ILS, runway 22. Ah, I have to switch to the tower. Swap command. Swap command.
Roger.
Schiphol Tower, goedenavond, Victor Papa Charlie Hotel X-ray, lost communications with approach. We are established on the ILS runway 22, runway inside.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Victor Papa Charlie Hotel X-ray, hallo, Robert, runway 22. Clear to land 220 degrees 12 knots.
230 degrees 12 knots, runway 22 and clear to land. Victor Hotel X-ray, dank u.
Martin 6124 behind the departing 77800 KLM. Cross runway 24.
After departing 737-800 KLM, clear passing way 24, Martin 6124.
A bit windy now. Wind is variable.
Hotel, good evening, Aeropuerto 694, left 18 right. Airflow 26 and then 4, hello number 2. Copy.
Guys, this is really great. Great.
1163, holding position, Sierra 7.
Look at the light of the nostril camera.
Line up in sequence.
The sun rays. Great.
Project,
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Speedbird 2759 of runway 24 line up away.
Landing checklist.
59.
Landing checklist. Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Yeah,
Landing
Speedbird
gear.
275 and 9 runway 24 line up.
Flaps 30, green light.
Landing checklist complete.
Thank you.
Speedbird 275
Cleared.
runway 24.
Check.
UPS 535 Shanghai. UPS 535, Roger, Shanghai. Roger, Shanghai, 535.
People sorry, you back on at this point.
EC5 to Quebec Golf, continue, you're number 2.
Sorry, back to Quebec Golf.
Tower, good evening. The 3-2 Lima Delta, holding short, fully ready.
Aeropuerto 264 and runway 18 track to land, wind 237 degrees 1 knots. Traffic on runway, we going around Aeropuerto 269 I see him appearing, yep, we go around. Yep, hold, yeah.
Minimums.
Landing.
Sync check.
Bit high.
50.
KLM 1705, we have contact with the Rush,
Bug 5 is set.
Check.
Aeroflot 269 for turn right heading 330 climbs 2000 feet.
Oh guys, we made it.
Right heading 330 climbs 2000 feet.
Regarding the system.
KLM 1775 automated up with contact 1.2.
Auto brake disarmed.
Check.
60 knots. Check. Check.
Could not make this exit. Stand by. It's too fast.
Check.
Amsterdam Tower, full on Swiss 70 Tango, holding short behind the BBJ1 A320-06.
Call 5.
Check.
Okay to clean up. Okay to clean up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our destination. Please remain
Select taxi light on.
Auto throttle on.
Select taxi light on.
Auto throttle on.
Cancel last command.
Roger.
Before leaving us, please remember to collect all your personal
I
belongings
ask
by
for the
checking the
lights.
overhead lockers
Okay.
and the seat pockets in front of you. Please be extra careful when opening overhead lockers, as cabin baggage may have moved during the
Grond,
flight.
goedenavond. Victor Papa Charlie X-Ray. Verkeerde runway 22 at Golf 5.
Terminal building, and you're also reminded that
Victor Hotel X-Ray, taxi Golf Lima.
Taxi Golf Lima, Victor X-Ray, dank u.
Car hire, hotels and travel insurance. Once again, thank you for flying with us today. It has been our pleasure to have you on board, and we look forward to welcoming you on board another one of our services in the very near future.
Well, that EasyJet is pretty close. Don't understand this.
On 684, stand by on 121.7.
117 Orange 684.
Here, Canon 4561, the instruction was to cross the runway 120 at Whiskey 5. For now, continue taxi on taxiway Zulu, please. Continue on taxiway Zulu, Canon 4561. And Canon 4561, stand by on 121.7. 121.7, airline 4561.
Check speed.
Check. Sorry, I'm in a hurry a little bit.
Three minutes.
Check. En ground, Victor Papa Charlie X-Ray, Golf Lima. Fijne avond en goed weekend.
Victor Hotel X-Ray, thanks for flying, enjoy your weekend. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Bedankt, doei.
Ground last station calling, calls only. You came through garbled. KLM 76 Tango, taxi gate Charlie 18 via Quebec at Whiskey 5, cross runway 18 center. Taxi gate 5 file 18 KLM.
Guys, we've made it onto the stand with all the warning signs on.
QuadCore, hello, taxi stand Hotel 3 at Whiskey 5, cross runway.
Yeah! Okay, guys. We're just on the stand. The computer has run out of available memory, which means we cannot do the shutdown checklist. Thank you for watching, if you're watching. It was a nice flight into Amsterdam. Maybe one of my last 32-bit flights. Next time we won't have this kind of problem anymore. So something to look forward to. Thank you very much. Enjoy the weekend. Bye.
Delivery on 121.975.
Contacting delivery on 121.970. Sorry, 97.